Good evening, Mr. Sugar, said the man behind the desk whose job it was to never forget a face.
Henry Sugar was 41 years old, unmarried and rich.
Strange.
I'm a man who can see without using his eyes.
He saw it, I cried. He saw that trolley. This is absolutely unbelievable. I was flabbergasted.
Henry was now almost certainly capable of making money faster than any other person in the entire world. Interesting.
Welcome back to Night News. Before we start, please like the video for more excellent content. The wonderful story of Henry Sugar. Henry Sugar is a fictitious name that refers to a miserly and unfaithful bachelor named Henry Sugar who received a large sum of money as an inheritance from his family and uses that money to pursue his interest in gambling.
I'm known as a man with X-ray eyes. I claim that I can see without my eyes exactly as you see with your physical sight.
Henry Sugar is a made-up name. Henry Sugar, who is also known by the moniker Sugar, is also referred to as Sugar. The name that is most commonly used to refer to him is Henry Sugar, which is also his given name. One day, he stumbles across a book that has a medical examination of a person whose name is Imdad Khan. He is in control of the book at this time. At this point in time, he is in charge of the book. The writing of the report was assisted by an experienced and trained medical professional. This one particular individual asserted that he was still able to see and communicate despite the fact that he was not using his eyes. In addition to that, he asserted that he was capable of verbal communication. Before engaging in conversation with Imdad for the purpose of conducting an interview, the physician first witnessed him execute a series of even more incredible acts as part of his own circus show. In addition to the narrative of Imdad's life, the doctor and Imdad spoke at length about a wide range of other subjects all throughout the course of their chat. After that, Imdad began to recount his life story to the attending physician. During the time that he spent as a young fugitive in a traveling circus, he went in search of a teacher who was known as the Great Yogi and who was able to meditate while simultaneously floating above his own body. He believed that this instructor could teach him how to do both of these things at the same time. During this period, he was successful in tracking down the instructor. He felt confident that this yogi would be able to guide him through the processes necessary to achieve both of these objectives. It was explained to him that this particular yogi would be able to instruct him on how to carry out all of these tasks at the same time, and that this was something that he was interested in learning. However, he passed away the next day before the doctors could finish their investigation into him, which meant that Imdad was only able to gain his talents as a consequence of the meditation technique that he grudgingly shared with him. This was because he passed away before the physicians could conclude their research into him. This is due to the fact that he went away before the medical professionals could finish their examination of him. Henry obtained the capacity to see through objects such as playing cards and other things after meditating in line with Imdad's teachings for a period of 3 years and doing so in a manner prescribed by Imdad. In addition to this, Henry possessed the capacity to see clearly through a wide range of different sorts of impediments. Henry is in a position to win £30,000 when playing blackjack because to the fact that he is able to put these skills to use while he is inside of a casino. This is as a result of the fact that he consistently wins against the casino. He tosses his cash off of his balcony and onto the streets of London below because he is dissatisfied with how simple it is for him to make money. The reason for this is that he is unhappy with the ease with which he may generate money, and this is the reason why this is the case. The authorities have cautioned him to look for a technique of charity that is more in line with the law because he came so close to being the instigator of a disturbance in their community. The reason for this piece of advice is due to the fact that he was so close to carrying it out. The people who worked for the government advised him to look for a technique of generosity that was more in line with the law so that he could take their counsel. He comes to the realization that the most productive way for him to earn money is to travel all over the world, disguising himself with a number of various masks, and showing his abilities for a range of different individuals. He arrives to this decision after coming to the conclusion that the most productive way for him to earn money is to travel all over the world. At the same time, he ought to begin the ball rolling on the creation of a worldwide infrastructure, which ought to include flourishing medical facilities and safe havens for children who have been abandoned. 20 years later, Henry passed away as a result of a pulmonary embolism, which was the cause of death that he had always predicted would be the reason for his passing away. Henry had always assumed that this would be the reason for his departure, and he was correct in his prediction. Henry was aware of everything that took place in the days leading up to his death. The task of producing a story under the guise of Henry Sugar and getting paid for it is given to Roald Dahl by the accountant who handles his finances. Roald Dahl has been tasked with carrying out the assignment. The website Rotten Tomatoes, which compiles reviews from a variety of sources, gives the movie an approval rating of 95% based on 58 individual reviews, with an average rating of 8.3 out of 10. The general opinion of the website's reviewers is summarized as follows: with the wonderful story of Henry Sugar, Wes Anderson returns to the world of Roald Dahl, and proves his distinctive style as a comfortable fit for one of the author's sweetest stories. Universal acclaim is indicated by the film's Metacritic score of 84 out of 100, which is based on the opinions of 27 different critics.